What's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, you guys believe that you can be such a good dude that if you create an arrangement with a woman that's based on you providing for her, not your wife, just an arrangement, a seeking arrangement. If you become a sugar daddy, you believe that you're such an amazing guy that a woman who starts off with an arrangement with you is suddenly gonna really like you. You're a fool. Now, I had a consultation recently, man, with a guy, man, and of course, I'm not going to say any names or anything, but he had this situation with a stripper, and he met her at her job, of course, in the club, and for some strange reason, he believed that he was going to be the one that could take her out of the life. He believed that she was only in that life because she had to be. And when I tell you, she took him down through there, but she only took him down through there because he got caught up emotionally early. And once a woman gets you caught up emotionally, you're gonna be dealing with so many things that you don't even know you're dealing with because you're caught up in a fantasy of love, man. You're caught up in the fantasy of being in love. Any man who thinks he's in love is just living in a fantasy world. There's no such place as in love, man. It doesn't really exist in the real world. So somebody sent me a video on IG, man, of this young sugar baby chick, and what she's saying in this short clip is that she understands the game rather than having an arrangement where she just shows up, gets a bag, and leaves. She intentionally makes these men fall in love by reciprocating that fantasy of love.
This would be essentially when you first, this is why I like to date them instead of just having an arrangement with them, because I want them to fall in love with me and I want them to think that I'm in love with them. So in the beginning, you play the damsel in distress. You do that for a couple months and you tell them that you had sexual trauma that prevents you from being able to just immediately be active with them. When you tell them that after you build up a connection and you love bomb them, you tell them like, oh my gosh, I can really see myself building a future with you, blah 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 blah. This is something that I've always wanted and I could never find in dating younger men. I find security and stability in you, but all this other shit. And then you do that until you know for a fact that you've pushed it too far. Then they're going to start to pressure you. Once they start to pressure you, you essentially reverse psychology on them to be like, I can't believe that you would ever do something like that to me. I was getting ready to open up to you and you're actually pressuring me. You made things seem like they aren't happening organically, that you're trying to force something.
Here's the problem with you men. When you believe that a woman really feels this way about you, when it started off with you being a trick, you forget cardinal rule number one. A woman will never respect a trick as a leader. Because when you lead with your wallet, that means your other aspects of manhood aren't solid. The problem is the majority of you men value her body more than you value your money. Now, I don't care what she's gone through with her body. She didn't work as hard as you had to work to get your money. She doesn't work as hard as you have to work to maintain your money. But you're going to prioritize her body, a body that you don't even know if you're going to enjoy or not. You prioritize her body over your money. The only man who does that is a man with psychological issues because it's not logical to prioritize her body over your money. That's how you initially get caught up in even being a dude who's seeking arrangements. Because here's the thing, man. If you already get money and you already in the best shape you could be in, you are by default going to be able to have some attractive women who want to be with you. That's just the way it is. And here's the problem. A lot of guys always say, well, you ain't got to be in a relationship. The majority of young chicks don't want to be in a relationship. No way. So let's not even cry that game. But here's what you got to understand. Once you start tricking, a woman would never stop seeing you as the bag. Even if a woman ends up marrying you, she's only marrying you because the bag got bigger and it got so big that she couldn't turn it down. And when you hear what she's saying, the very moment you start pressing, she starts to pull back. They play all type of psychological games. She's had some trauma from the past that, makes it hard for her to just be intimate with someone early on, man. She has problems. You should flee the scene, but you're such a trick that you stay anyway. No man should go through that. Once a woman puts that on the table, that's the point where a real man says, okay, I don't even want them issues right there. I'm not going to help her work through no psychological issues just so I can get laid. I'm not going to do that. But y'all don't do that. You know, so, oh, well, okay, baby. I'll take care of you, baby. Don't worry about it. I got you, baby. You ain't got to feel nothing, baby. Never feel. Super Simp is here, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Super Sam. I'm here, baby. I give you whatever you need, baby. All you got to do is tell me, boy.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around.
All the money you need, baby. I'll be there. That's the mindset of the average simp who's out here, man, making these arrangements with women. You'll be surprised how many times over the years, man, I have had consultations with guys who live that life. Some of these guys aren't even older guys. Some of these guys are in their 30s. I'm talking about in their 30s, successful. You know what I'm saying? They take care of themselves, man, and they still out here allowing themselves to be put through this with these women, man. So if a woman tells you she has such psychological issues that she can't be intimate, you don't want them type of ties anyway. You should be fleeing the scene, but you can't because you value her body more than you value your money. So you're willing to give whatever you got to give. And if you value her body more than you value your money, you value her body more than you value your sanity, you value her body more than you value your own, you value her body more than you value your mind, you value her body more than you value your spirit. And then the crazy thing is, when you make her your main chick, it's based solely on her physical attractiveness, which means it's solely based on her body. Now, here you are putting a woman in a position she don't even want to be in, a pedestalized position that she don't even want to be in based on her body. The woman don't even want to be in a position. You don't even know the woman like that. You don't even understand her ulterior motives in your life, but you're still trying to put her there. You know why? Because when you are led by your lust, you are just a man who should not ever be willing to trust himself, the woman, the world, because you're not seeing the world through a logical perspective. And here's the thing, if you don't make, and this just not for these women, if you don't make her earn the position, she'll never have to earn any of the benefits of holding that position. So here you are putting a woman in a position that she never did deserve to be in. The way you met her lets you know that she will sell her soul. Once you realize a woman will sell her soul, why are you putting her in that position? You're giving her the benefits of being a wholesome woman, of being a virtuous woman, of being a woman that you can rely on to represent you well in the public eye, represent you well behind the scenes. But you can't. She doesn't even represent herself like that. Why do you guys always believe that you're the one who found the one who's not like the others? You're the one. You're the one who found a red ant colony that's not going to bite you if you put your hand in it. Just stick your whole fist in that red ant colony and they're not going to bite you. Those fire ants, no, they're different kinds of fire ants. They don't bite people, they love people. That's what you're telling yourself. That rattlesnake over there is a different kind of rattlesnake. Don't mind that rattle. That rattle it just likes to hear itself talk. Go over there, step on that rattlesnake. It's not going to bite you. And then you go over there and get bit and you wonder, well, I thought it was different. Why you think that rattlesnake ain't going to bite you? That's what they do. Why you think those red ants ain't going to bite you? That's what they do. You men believe that you're so amazing. You're just this amazing guy that you found the one woman who lives that life, who doesn't want to live that life, and she gonna change for you. No, dog. She's not going to change for you. She wants you to change for her. She wants you to change from a logical, reasonable, prudent, wise, understanding man. That's what she wants you to change from. She wants you to stop being that so she can further manipulate you and take advantage of you. And that's the problem with a lot of you men. You believe deep down inside that you're going to get the healing that you need from that hole that's in your heart from a woman who is not into the business of healing. She's into the business of stealing. That's what I want you men to understand. How are you going to deal with that? And a woman like that has tricks, not friends. And that's the business. That's the one that you have to keep in mind, that she is never going to view you as a man she can respect, because if you're a trick, you don't respect yourself. That's period, man. Listen, you can trick off all you want to, man. I'm not saying you can't trick. I'm not saying you shouldn't trick. I'm saying that if you are a trick, you must understand that the woman is never going to respect you as a man. She's going to respect you as a trick. And a trick is a certain level of man. That's just the way it is, man. You view yourself as the type of man who is willing to pay to play. And when a woman sees that, she's only going to see you as someone who pays. It's never going to be a time where it's going to be free. I'll give you a perfect example. Y'all remember the scene from the movie Any Given Sunday, where Al Pacino's character, Tony, the coach, was meeting with this young chick. She met him, she saw him, she knew he was an older guy. You can look at him and tell just the way he was living that he ain't have no woman in his life. He wasn't getting that young tender cause he look old. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got that fountain of youth, bro, you're gonna start looking old. That's just what it is. That young tender is the fountain of youth. Anybody who denies it just ain't had the young tender. So when you think about it, she saw him and she said, okay, got me an easy mark right there. He became an easy mark, saw how he got caught up. At a certain point, he started trying to say, well, I thought maybe, we could do it, maybe without the money. She said, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Now, she was one who said, you don't want to do that. She could have very well just kept playing the man and then just ran through all his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Could have ran through all his pockets. Could have left that boy destitute as an old man. He'd have been happy to take that job, move on to another city, but he probably would have took her with him. So here's the thing you men got to understand. This is how men get caught up with a woman who's had a very serious past and end up making that woman his wife. And so he's the one who she was able to settle down with. No matter what she did in her past, no matter how many men she's been with, no matter what kind of harlotry she was involved in, she is able to get that man at the end because he's that guy. And there are several in the industry right now, entertainment industry, sports. There are several around you in your community. Hell, some of your dads are that. Some of you are that. But you just got to understand, a million years can pass. Y'all can die 10 times, be born again. Y'all can be born again as butterflies. And if you're a butterfly that go and get the food and bring it to her all the time, you know what she's going to do? She's going to view you like a trick butterfly. You cannot start off as a trick and think that you're going to become a man that a woman respects enough to submit to you, because she's just not. There's a level of respect that's required for a woman to be in that position. And if you're a trick, she's not going to be in that position. So I'm not saying don't trick. I'm saying don't try to turn tricking into something else. It's never going to work. Even in Hollywood movies, they can't pull that out because they know how much of a lie it is. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the alpha sphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission.